ready for another edition of Warpaint TV? Brought to you by Cotman Transmission, Olathe, Kansas, 913-768-1555.
Are you ready for some real football?
Welcome back to Warpaint TV right here at warpaintillustrated.com, October 11th, 2010. Once again, I'm Shane Williams here with Chiefs Insider Nick Athen. Nick, we lost a game that, you know, we played tough through. Points I want to make is after the Chiefs' first game of the season against the San Diego Chargers, we had 6 days, a short week to go to play Cleveland, and the Chiefs managed offensively to go to Cleveland and kick 3 field goals. We had 2 weeks to play the Indianapolis Colts offensively. After 2 weeks of preparation, we go to Indianapolis and we kick 3 more field goals. What's it going to take for this offense to, get more than 3 field goals?
Maybe if they kick 4 field goals, maybe they win the game because they had a 4th and 2. Offensively, they're just not playing well. Matt Castle is really struggling. On that 4th and 2, we watched the film this morning. He had 3 guys wide open, and he threw to the guy who had quadruple coverage in Dwayne Bowe. He never checked off. He could have pump faked, hit Tim Castile over the middle. He could hit Leonard Pope. He could have waited for Tony Moyaki to break a free behind Dwayne Bowe where the 4 receivers were, or he could have ran the ball into the end zone. I mean, there was no pressure up the middle. He just panicked and didn't make a good throw, and it cost the team 7 points. I got no problem with Todd Haley's being aggressive. For 4th and 2 and for the onside kick, again, no problems there, but you look at that, and then the Dwayne Bowe drop was huge. I mean, there's no excuse for that. If you're a first-round draft pick, you make that catch every single time. No excuses. That cost him 4 points. Also cost him momentum. I mean, Manning was really reeling at that point. And then the defense ultimately just got too tired. And then by the time the Chiefs went to 4 wide receiver sets late in the game, it was too late, even though they were beginning to move the ball a little bit, something I think they should have done earlier. But defensively, this is a top 10 defense right now, and I think when it's all said and done, they'll be top 5. Nick,
you had got to spend quite a bit of time with Dwayne Bowe's first couple of seasons. You're the host of his radio show on 101 The Fox. You've got to know him real well. What's it going to take for this kid to reach his full potential?
You know what? It's all up to him. I mean, he's got to have everything upstairs clicking, and I think he's a good kid. I think he's a good football player. I think he can be a top 10, top 15 receiver in this league, but he has got to do the little things perfectly. He's become an outstanding blocker, which has helped the running game, but he's got to catch the ball in those situations, and he's got to believe that he's a Terrell Owens type of receiver, and he's got to go out there and act like he's a Terrell Owens type of receiver or a Randy Moss receiver, and I think he just lacks some confidence.
Do you feel that he'll be able to reach it in a Chiefs uniform, or do you think that his drops could get him off the team?
It's going to be tough. He's going to have to really be stellar the rest of the season. He needs a big game at Houston on Sunday. There's no question about that. He's got to get rid of the stench of that drop ball. Again, I'm not saying if he makes the catch, the Chiefs win that game, because chances are they probably still would have been in a deficient situation at the end of the game. But maybe they're driving for a tying field goal or potentially winning field goal, and then it's a different situation, different scenario completely. But, hey, it didn't happen, and we'll have to see what happens with Dwayne Bowe. But he has the potential, but right now he's just not living up to it.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our good friends at Cotman Transmission.
My experience at Cotman was phenomenal.
They worked on my car while I waited. I was in and out in maybe 30 minutes.
When you're dealing with your car, you drive it every day. You need someone that you can trust to work on it.
It's a good experience.
I'm a Cotman customer for life.
I trust Cotman.
He's my Cotman man, and he keeps me rolling along.
All right, Chiefs go to Houston. They got to get a win. They got to get a win because they want to come home on a winning note. The Houston Texans are somewhere between 27th and 30th. I think probably 32nd after the last Sunday's game against the Giants. Yeah, against the pass, the Texans are definitely struggling. This is the game that Matt Castle has to deliver.
Has to.
This is the time he's playing against a defense that's poor. pass defense is for. What's it going to take for Matt Castle to deliver this Sunday?
Well, you look at the two losses that the Texans have had at home against the Cowboys and Giants. It's been throwing over the front seven. The front seven's pretty good, but their secondary is very weak. People complained about the Chiefs' defensive secondary. They proved against Peyton Manning they're pretty good. Houston doesn't have the kind of athletes that the Chiefs have, and certainly they don't have the veteran leadership that they have back there. But the situation right now is Matt Castle has got to throw over the front seven. It's going to be there for him. Dwayne Bowe, Chris Chambers has got to be somewhere. He can't be on the bench until the fourth quarter. In the running game, if they're efficient, they can control time possession and they can score points. Defensively speaking, we saw what this defense can do against Peyton Manning. Matt Schaub is not Peyton Manning. They've got the best, one of the best wide receivers in Andre Johnson down there by far, one of the best in the National Football League. So if they can bottle him up, they've got a pretty good opportunity to do that. But they have to stop the run. That's key. If they stop the run, the Houston Texans cannot win, and the Chiefs have to take advantage of what I think is going to be a good opportunity to win after the loss at Indianapolis.
What do you think about Bernard Pollard?
He's going to be flying high for this game. I mean, he just loves to hit. He's looking forward to going up against the Chiefs. This is payback for him. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of penalties thrown his way, a little payback to the Chiefs organization, especially Todd Haley, who he does not like. So I think there's an opportunity for Bernard Pollard. He's going to be vocal all week long. But, hey, Bernard's a good guy. We had a lot of fun with him in Kansas City. Never made excuses. He wasn't a fit in Kansas City, and I don't think he'd have been a fit. I love the safeties they have now. Their potential is much greater than Bernard Pollard. But he's played really well for the Texans.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chiefs are still a game and a half in first place in the AFC West. Let's hopefully that we can be talking about a big Chiefs victory this Sunday at Houston. For Chiefs Insider Nick Athen, once again, I'm Shane Williams with Warpaint TV. Until next time, keep it right here at warpaintillustrated.com.
Don't miss another edition of Warpaint Illustrated, the magazine. To get your subscription today, call 888-979-0979. That's 888-979-0979, or check out warpaintillustrated.com.